tick, 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 tick. Live. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this live YouTube lesson. That's my radio DJ voice. That's right, it is Monday. If you're watching this on Monday, February 21st, then you're watching it live. Otherwise, you're watching it on a replay. But hey, thank you so much for joining and checking out this lesson. I appreciate that. A little bit of a delayed start today, but hey, you know what we say, better late than never. Hello, world. Jessica, hi. If you're joining us and you're not too shy, why don't you type something in the comments? Let me know where you're from. I know where a lot of you are from because I've seen you each week. Thank you very much for that. Hope the sound is okay. Is the sound okay? Can you guys hear? Hope everything. Elena. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. Now go hi, all the usual suspects are here. Osgar, hello. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for coming today. I really, really appreciate that. It is, as I said, it is Monday, the 21st of February. I can't believe that this month is almost over. Lynn. Hello, hello. Hope you guys had a good weekend. How's COVID by you? I hope things are getting better and improving. Mia, hi. Good morning. Good evening, actually, to you. And good afternoon to you where you are having the afternoon. What is it, 7:46 in the morning here in New York. Not too cold today. Gladys, hello. Not too cold today. It is 32, 33, 1 degree. Ooh, feeling so warm. But hey, better than last week when it was minus something, so that's okay. By the way, does anybody have an English question before we get started with today's point? COVID is getting better in Italy. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Seems like it's getting back to normal here. We'll see. I'm still going to wear a mask when I go out. I don't trust anything. But that's just me. Yeah, do you guys have any English questions you want to talk about? Today's we're going to look at 20 common uncountable nouns, or non-countable nouns, or non-count nouns. These are often confusing for a lot of English learners. So I hope this is going to be a useful lesson for you. In Turkey, COVID-19 is decreasing nowadays. Good. All right, that's good. Maybe the world is getting back into a normal shape. By the way, if you're interested in downloading this document, every time we have a lesson here on YouTube, I post a document, and you can download that for free. All you have to do is go to this website. It's myhappyenglish.com/YouTube, and you can download that for free. Yep. And I've already uploaded this document to that place. So strong wind here. Yeah, we had 50-mile-an-hour winds the other day. Let me think about that for a second. 50 miles. Hey Siri, how many kilometers is 50 miles? Let's see if she knows
50 miles is 80.47 kilometers.
So we had 80 kilometer per hour wind. Oh my God, it was really windy. The dogs didn't want to go out. Hey, Sonny, welcome. Hiya. Arturo, hi. Thanks for coming. So I guess that wind blew over to you guys. 20 degrees in Barcelona. Let's go to the beach. Tammy, hi from Toronto. Okay, the whole gang is here. Excellent. So again, don't be shy. Go to myhappyenglish.com and you can get this document. You can download it for free. Tefo, hi. Welcome. All right, so and if what we talk about in this lesson today gives you a thought or an idea about something else, like, oh yeah, by the way, then let me know. Hello, Hadi. Can you define cleansing and cleaning? Cleansing and cleaning. I never thought about that before. Cleansing. Gotcha. According to my dictionary, you clean your room, but you cleanse your skin. So we tend to use cleanse when you talk about your skin. So you might have some, I don't know exactly, because I'm not, my skin is lovely, so I don't worry, but there's some stuff that you can go and you put on your face to cleanse your face. So we tend to use the word cleanse when you talk about cleaning your face, and often with some kind of lotion. But cleaning is a more general word. You clean the kitchen, you clean out your car, you clean your desk. I cleaned my desk this weekend. I discovered that my desk is made of wood. Sometimes it's hard to see what the top of the desk looks like because there's so much stuff on it. But that's the difference between cleanse and clean. Ethnic cleansing. So that's a word, that's a specific word, okay? So that's when someone wants to, somebody wants to get rid of another ethnic group in their country. And that's an unfortunate thing that human beings do and have done in history. So that's what that means. But the word cleansing and the word ethnic cleansing are two totally different words. So I hope that helps. I have one question. What's the difference between view and scenery? Hold on. I've already done this one time. When you go to the top of the Empire State Building, there's a nice view. A nice view means when you use your eyes, you can see a lot of things from that point. So if you open the window of your house and you can see the ocean, you would say, wow, there's a nice view. It's kind of like saying there's a nice picture that I can see from that point. So view has to do with where your eyes are, and your eyes can see a lot of things. There's a nice view. There's a nice view from my office, don't you think? Right? There's a nice view. We can see a lot of things. What's the scenery? The scenery is the buildings of New York City. That's the scenery. So the scenery is the thing you can see. Scenery is the thing you can see. The view is the place that you can see the scenery. Okay? So when I was in Istanbul, I went to Ulis Park. It's a park that's on kind of along the Bosphorus River, and there's a beautiful view of the city from there. We can see a nice view, right? It's a good point to look at something. I guess you can look at it that way. A view is a point to look at that thing. All right. So I hope that's helpful. So view is is where you are to look at something, and scenery is the thing you look at. Hope that helps. All right, Hadi, I'll get to that question later on, okay? Because now we're getting too far away from today's English point. I'm very sorry, but we have a plan here today, and I'll try to get to your question about such detailed vocabulary after this. But thank you for asking. All right, so here we go. Advice. I often hear people say advices, but advice is not countable. You can have some advice, you can have a little advice, a bit of advice, good advice, bad advice, right? She gave me some advice. She told me to go to sleep early and eat less junk food. That was good advice. Okay? So please don't say advices, because that doesn't work. How about you? Have you gotten good advice recently? Maybe you got a little advice, or you got some advice from somebody. Advice. Keep in mind, and I'll upload this later. Advise is the verb, and it's spelled with an S, but the pronunciation is a Z. Advise. Please advise me. After she advised me, I realized I had some good advice. A piece of advice. Let me give you a piece of advice. That's right. When I get more than one, okay, so it's not countable, so it can't be more than one. So when you have more than one, you can say, I got some advice. I got a little advice. I got a bit of advice. I got good advice. Okay, so that's the point. It's not a countable thing it's not a countable thing in English, and so we don't say that. We don't say advices. Don't go out with this terrible wind. Thanks, that's good advice. Be careful. You can't say a good advice. Okay? You can't say a good advice. That's a good piece of advice, or that's good advice. So, if you remember from last month, means one. I have a pen. Everything's a mirror. I have a pen. I have a pen. And so a pen means one pen. You can't say a good advice or an good advice. So I have advice. That was good advice. Thanks for that advice. My boyfriend told me to study English. I ended up here. That's really good advice coming here. From Tukurikui. Well, I don't know how to say that. That's hard to pronounce. She advised me to drink as much green tea as possible. It helps burn off calories. That was good advice. That's good advice. Thanks. Right. Exactly. All right, good. And advise is the verb, spelled with an S. So that's another point there. I've already uploaded this document to my website, but I'll re-upload it since I added something here. Pardon me, coffee break. All right, so that's that. Bread. Bread. What did you have for breakfast, Michael? I had bread. I like to have bread in the morning. You can't say I had a bread. A piece of bread, some bread, a little bread, but not breads. and not a bread. Most Americans like to have some bread for breakfast. A piece of bread with butter or a little bread with some jam is quick and easy. That sounds like a commercial, a TV commercial for the bread company. Most Americans like to have some bread for breakfast. A piece of bread with butter or a little bread with some jam is quick and easy. Brought to you by bread. So here too, you can't say a bread or breads. A chunk of bread, a piece of bread, a slice of bread, a slice of toast. And in some places, the countable are a piece of bread, not the bread. That's right. Arturo, thank you. So in some places, I hear people say this. What did you have for breakfast? I eat bread. I ate bread. Okay, what did you have? Did you have toast? Did you have a croissant? Did you have a bagel? So it's more natural in English conversation when you talk about bread to be a little bit more specific. So if you had a piece of toast with jam and someone says, what did you eat for breakfast? And you say, oh, just bread. I think you took a slice of bread and just ate it. But if you had a bagel, you should say, I had a bagel. If you had a muffin, you should say, I had a muffin or a scone. Oh, I had a scone. A scone is not bread. A muffin is not bread. A bread is like what we slice and make a sandwich, or what we dip it in the olive oil and garlic. Michael always talks about food. Okay, so that's the thing with bread. What kind of bread do you like? Do you like bagels? Do you like to dip your bread in garlic and olive oil? Piece of toasted bread with some jam for breakfast, right? Right. Or you could just say a piece of toast. If you say toast, we already know that it's bread. But toasted bread is fine, yeah. With jam. That sounds good. Actually, I had a bagel for breakfast. Bread with butter. That's good. All right, so that's bread. By the way, if you watch old movies in the 1960s, bread was the slang word for money. So people would say things like, yeah, I don't have enough bread, or I lost my job, so I don't have any bread, or wow, I guess you paid a lot of bread for that car, man. So bread was a slang word for money. That's in the 1960s. We don't use that anymore these days. But like if you watch Forrest Gump, right, that was a movie about the 1960s, you'll probably hear that word there. All right, change. Excuse me. There's two kinds of money in the world. There's paper money called bills, and then there's coins. And in English, coins are called change. So if you have coins in your pocket, it's more common to say, I have some change. That's more common than saying, I have some coins. All right? So coins, change means coins, and it's a little bit more conversational than saying coins. Sorry, what did I just say? Change is more conversational than coins. Why is that saying? Really? Laundromat needs a capital letter? Okay. So the word, even though you can count coins, I have 10 coins. Coin is a countable noun. I have 5 coins. Or I have some change. Or a little change. And again, it's a noun. I need a little change for the laundromat. What is a laundromat? Who knows what a laundromat is? What is a laundromat? Laundromat. Laundromat. Mat. Laundromat. What's a laundromat? I know there's a delay, but that's okay. What does that mean? Laundromat. Laundromat. Tick, 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 tick. Who knows? Anybody? Laundromat. Okay, a laundromat comes from two words. Laundry. It's a machine where you can wash your dresses, right? Laundry and laundry and automatic, right? They took the word laundry and automatic and they shortened that to laundromat. And it's a place where you go and there are many machines and you put in some change, you put in coins, and you wash your clothes there. Okay, so the shop or the room that has many machines is the laundromat. Okay? And I think it was laundry and automatic because those machines are kind of automatic. You put the clothes in, you put the soap in, you push the button, and then it automatically washes your clothes. So the room that has many of those is a laundromat. What is it like? What is to live on the bread line? When you live on the bread line, that's Tefo's question a few back. Living on the bread line means the bread line is a where you line up to get free food if you need social help. And if you live on the bread line, it means that you don't have enough money to buy your own food, and so you get food that people or the town provides for you. That's living on the bread line. Okay, so change. I needed a little change for the laundromat, but I didn't have change in my pocket, so I went to the change machine. The change machine. You can put in a bill and out comes change, and got some change, right? Today I wanted to buy biscuits from the vending machine, but I hadn't any change, so I used my credit card. That's really the 21st century when you think about it. You can use a credit card to buy stuff in a vending machine. So yeah, you don't even need change. We have a problem in America. Because of the pandemic, a lot of people stayed home and shopped online, and because of that, they're not using actual cash. They're not using bills and they're not using coins. And so even when people go to the store these days, a lot of people pay with their phone, tick, 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 or they pay with a credit card. And so there's a change shortage in America right now. And a lot of times you'll go to a store and they'll have a little sign, due to the change shortage or the national change shortage, please use exact change or a credit card. If you pay with exact change, that means that you buy something for $10.22 and you give the cashier $10.22 exactly. That's exact change. So change is not countable. All right, Sebastian, good afternoon, welcome. Equipment. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, I have new equipments. I have many equipments or two equipments. Equipment is not countable. You can have some equipment, a lot of equipment, expensive equipment, but you can't have a equipment, and you can't have an equipment, and you can't have equipments. When they opened the bakery, they needed some equipment like a machine to mix the dough, an oven to bake the bread, and a rack to cool the bread after it's baked. That's actually a lot of equipment. I ordered some kitchen equipment from IKEA's website. Excuse me. Kitchen equipment, right. Right. We all have kitchen equipment, I guess. If you have a kitchen, you have some equipment. Okay? Some kitchen equipment, not equipments, not an equipment. Okay? Just some equipment. All right. What else do I want to tell you? Now, okay, next. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Food. In everyday conversation, food, the word food, is not countable. In everyday, usual English conversation, food is not countable. I went to a party last night. The food was amazing. We ate really good food at that restaurant. When we had a party at Elena's house, she served amazing Italian food. Okay? Now, let me give you I'll read the example here. So you have that. A snowstorm was coming, but luckily we had enough food in the house just in case we couldn't get to the store. We keep some food in the refrigerator and some food in the pantry. Okay? Food is not used as a countable noun in conversational English. There are sometimes where you'll see the word food with an S, and they say things like, there are several different foods that are helpful for boosting your immune system. In medical English, or in healthcare English, or in an article about nutrition, a doctor would say, these foods are necessary for blah, 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 and these foods are good for your immune system. So food with an S, you might hear that, but it's used only in medical or scientific conversations. I went to a party last night. The food was excellent. You should go to Tommy's restaurant. They make amazing food. Okay? So in everyday conversation, we don't say foods. It's just in medical conversations or health conversations or scientific, you watch a scientific documentary, you might hear the word foods. But please don't say, I ate a lot of foods for breakfast. It just sounds weird. Pantry. Pantry is like a closet. A pantry is a closet or a cabinet where you keep the food. Right? You have some food in your house. Some food is in the refrigerator. And some food, like the canned tomatoes or bottle of mustard or something, or box of cookies, that's in a little closet or in a little cabinet where other food lives. That's called a pantry. Plastic money. That's right. The difference between food and diet. So let's talk about the word diet. Diet has two meanings. Diet means a program to help you lose weight. So a diet is a special eating program designed to help you lose weight. That's one word. one meaning for diet, and you often hear people say that. I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to go on a diet. Go on a diet means I'm going to eat only this very special menu, this special food plan in order to lose weight. Some people are on a special diet because of their health. You know, if you have some health condition and the doctor says, okay, no wheat, no refined sugar, blah, 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 then you say, okay, I'm on a special diet. So the word diet means a special eating plan, a food plan. The other meaning of the word diet is it's a general word, and your diet is the food you eat all the time. So I can say I have a healthy diet. I have a healthy diet. I don't eat junk food, except ice cream sometimes. I don't eat processed food. I have a healthy diet. I do drink too much coffee. I try. Okay, so diet is the food that you usually eat. So in some countries, the diet is based on seafood. They eat mostly seafood there. That's a seafood diet. Okay? A lot of Americans have a junk food diet. They eat a lot of junk food. So the word diet means the food that you usually eat. And then also the word diet means a special menu of food just for health or just for losing weight. So that's the difference. And you can say I ate food, but you don't say I ate diet. Okay, diet is what you eat. Diet describes what you eat. It is not what you eat. It's a description. I hope that makes sense. All of the food is delicious. I know, that's why. There's also a diet to gain weight. Kingo, thank you. That's right. If you are an athlete, or if you are, I don't know, a sumo wrestler, you need to gain weight, and there's a diet for that. Yeah. So a diet is a special menu or a special eating plan. That's one meaning. And the other meaning is it's the food that you eat in general. That's a diet. So getting back to this, the word food itself. So again, in scientific English or in medical English, you can say foods. But it's not, the word foods is not commonly used in conversational English. That's my point. Okay, and the same with fruit. Fruit, fruit, fruit. Fruit. Fruit, not fruits. Fruit. You can have some fruit, a lot of fruit, or a piece of fruit. A piece of fruit. But you can't say I ate 2 fruits or I ate a fruit. We don't use it that way. Fruit is good for breakfast. Some people say having a piece of fruit every day is a good way to stay healthy. That's why I always try to have a lot of fruit in my house. Fruit, a lot of fruit. What's your favorite fruit? My favorite fruit is oranges and bananas. Oh, and grapes. What fruit? Do you eat fruit every day? A piece of fruit? Did you have a piece of fruit today? Did you have a piece of fruit? If you eat an apple, you can say, I ate a piece of fruit. So if you have 1 apple or 1 peach or 1 pear or 1 banana, you can say, I had a piece of fruit. Or you can say, I had a banana. That's fine too. Osteen, hello. Bosco, hello. Welcome. How about you guys? Did you guys have a piece of fruit today? I know there's a little bit of a delay. I had some pieces of fruit. Excellent. Fruit is healthy. What is the meaning of fast food? Do you know what McDonald's is? McDonald's is fast food. Fast food means food that is cooked and served quickly and cheaply. And it's not necessarily, what do I want to say? It's not necessarily healthy. Okay, so instant food, cup noodles, just add hot water, wait 1 minute and eat. That's fast food. That's fast food. So fast food is quickly cooked or quickly prepared and quickly served and often eaten quickly, and it's cheap. That's fast food. All right. I used to eat fruit every day before I moved to Japan. Yeah. Mie, when I lived in Japan, I ate a lot of bananas because that was the cheapest fruit. Because sometimes in Japan, especially you're in Yokohama, near Tokyo, fruit's expensive. Umit. Hello from Istanbul. Hi. A-N-M Wasu. What kind of noun brightness is? Brightness. What kind of a noun? The brightness of this lamp is bothering my eyes. The brightness is. I think brightness is not countable. The brightness is. I don't think it's a countable noun. Piece by piece. P-I-E-C-E means one part of something. P-E-A-C-E means peace, man. The opposite of hate and war. Fruit is food. It's uncountable like food and bread. That's right. Okay, peace and peace. I hope that helped. When do you add the letter S to the word food? Okay, you add the word S to food in a scientific or a medical conversation. Don't say foods to your friend. Like, oh, that restaurant has good foods. Okay? So that's the point. Okay? In everyday conversation, just say food, no S. Okay? Let doctors and scientists in hospitals and on documentaries use the word foods. And I don't know, Tammy, you're in Toronto. Do you have the grocery store? Whole Foods? Whole Foods? That's a scientific sound. Okay? That's a scientific sounding word. Whole Foods. Okay. By the way, if you're just joining us and you'd like to download this document, you can download this document for free by going to myhappyenglish.com/YouTube. Okay. All right. So, you guys have a lot of questions. I'm going to try and get to your questions soon. Just running a bit late means I'm not on time. All right. If you have a question and it's related to this topic, I can try to answer that in this lesson. Otherwise, it's a little bit out of the topic. The doctor gave my husband a long list of fruits he can eat. Right, in a medical sense, yes. But I wouldn't say that. I would say the doctor gave my husband a long list of fruit he can eat. In conversation, right? In talking to the doctor, it's a different thing. But I'm talking about just every day with your friends or your neighbors or your family conversation. All right. When light means the thing that comes from the sun, it's not countable. However, the word light also means lamp. So I have 2 lights on my desk right now. I have 2 lamps on my desk right now. That's countable. Some words are both countable and not countable. Today we're going to just focus on uncountable nouns. Next time we're going to talk about those words that are sometimes countable, sometimes not. What about such sentence? I like fruits, apples, oranges, bananas. No, I'm sorry. I like fruit, apples, oranges, and bananas. Okay? So, all right. I don't want to confuse everybody. So let me say this in a way that's going to help you. If you are not a doctor, if you are not the announcer on a documentary, and if you are not a nutritionist, then the word that you're going to use in your English conversation is food, no S, and fruit, no S. Okay? Food with an S and fruit with an S comes out of the mouth of a doctor, a nutritionist, or a scientist, or the announcer of a documentary. Okay? In everyday conversation between average people, not doctors, not scientists, don't say fruit with an S. It's fruit. It's food. I hope that's okay. What kind of noun light is? I just said that a moment ago. Sorry. Light. When light means the rays from the sun or the rays from the lamp, it's not countable. When light means lamp, it is countable. And next class, we're going to talk about words that are both. Okay, so I hope that makes sense about food and fruit. Okay? We have a grocery store called Whole Foods. All right? It's not a usual word, so you remember that. Okay? So that's my point. All right. Furniture. Furniture is also what we call a collective noun, like equipment. You have a table, a chair, a lamp, a sofa, and an ottoman. You have a lot of furniture. Okay? What do they sell at IKEA? IKEA? They sell furniture. It's a furniture store. The word furniture is not countable. So you can have some furniture, you can have a lot of furniture, and a piece of furniture. And you might think, Michael, a piece of furniture, that's weird. Well, Jenny moved to a new apartment, and she brought some furniture from her old apartment, but it's really not a lot of furniture. One thing that she has is an antique table. That's a beautiful piece of furniture. So when you're focused on one item, you can say, oh, that's a lovely piece of furniture. It's a lovely piece of furniture. Okay? Not furnitures. Yes, you can count tables, you can count sofas, and let me ask you a question. If you can see that. I'll do it like this. Now you can see it. How many pens do I have? How many pens do I have? Maybe if I go like this. Yeah, it's better. How many pens? How many pens do I have? Somebody yell out, call out a number, type out a number. How many pens do I have? 3. Thank you, Jessica. So watch, you ready? How do I know there's 3 pens? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In general, if you can use your finger and you can use numbers, that word is countable. Okay, that's a trick. It doesn't work all the time because you could say, Michael, 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples. Right. You're counting apples, not the word fruit. But there's a table and 2 chairs. Okay, so a table and 2 chairs, right. A table, 2 chairs. That's countable. But the word furniture isn't. If you have 1 table and 2 chairs, you can't say I have 3 furnitures. If you have a banana, an apple, and an orange, you can't say I have 3 fruits. Cool? Okay. Curd, cheese, are these common nouns? I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean by common nouns. Commonly used? Yes. Yeah, commonly used, yes. All right. Again, by the way, if you've just joined us and you'd like to get a copy of this document for free, it's a free PDF. Go to myhappyenglish.com/YouTube and you can download that, and you can download the document for every one of these YouTube live lessons. By the way, we started 15 minutes later than usual today. That's only for today. Today is a national holiday in the U.S., and so my schedule was a little bit different, but that's just for today, okay? And thank you for coming today anyway, even though it's a little bit late. All right, so garbage. I often hear people say, oh, look, there's so many garbages on the streets of New York City. There's a lot of garbage. Some garbage, a lot of garbage, a little garbage. Garbage is not countable. I was surprised to see so much garbage when I went to the beach. A lot of garbage is floating on the ocean, and some garbage ends up on the beach. Garbage, not garbages. Okay? That's an important point. Garbage. What else? Hardware. Now, hardware has 2 meanings. You probably know hardware from the world of computers, right? You know, you have different kinds of computer equipment. You know, there's hardware is the machine and software is the program. So, hardware also means screws, I don't know what. You know, you have your door opens and closes, and the door is connected to the wall by a hinge. It kind of moves like this. That's hardware. The handle on your drawer is hardware. And so a nut, a bolt, that's hardware. If you have a shelf on the wall and there's like a bracket, like an L-shaped bracket, 90-degree bracket that holds your shelf up and this goes into the wall, that's hardware. Hardware is not countable. So you can have some hardware, a lot of hardware, a piece of hardware. The hardware store in my neighborhood was closing. They had a lot of antique hardware for sale. Some of the hardware was really cheap. I don't usually do a lot of work at my house, so there's no need for me to buy a piece of hardware. Hardware. Not countable. Okay, we have a group of things for our houses. The group contains table, chair. We call this group furniture. That's right. I think in some English textbooks, the word hardware and Furniture are called collective nouns because they collect a group of things. Fruit is a collective noun. Fruit includes apples, oranges, strawberries, bananas. So fruit is a collective noun. Hardware includes bolts and nuts and screws and hinges. That's a collective noun. Equipment. In order to bring you this lesson, I have equipment. I have a computer, I have lights, I have the old microphone, I have equipment. Okay, so that's a collective noun. What's the difference between garbage and trash? Good question. There's a lot of trash, a lot of garbage. That's trash, that's garbage. I think they're the same. I think there are two ways to say the same thing, garbage and trash. I think it's the same. Okay. Several servings of fruit. Yes, that's right. All right. Homework. I need to start giving you guys homework to do. Would be a good idea. Okay. Homework. Now, you might have 3 or 4 pages of something you need to do, right? 3 or 4 pages of something. Maybe if you're a student, or when you were a student, you had math homework, you had history homework, and language homework. So you can have several tasks, several assignments, but the word homework itself is not countable. So I could say, in school, the teacher gave us some homework to do. The teacher gave us some homework to do. I have a lot of homework. I did a little homework right after school, and then I finished my homework after dinner. Okay? You can't say a homework, and you can't say homeworks. Okay? It's the same with garbage and trash. Sometimes people say, oh, there's a garbage, or oh, there's a trash. It doesn't work because it's not countable. Remember, I have a pen. I have a pen means I have one pen. A means one. One pen, 2 pens. But not a garbage. Because you can't say 2 garbages. So that's the point here. Which is that you can't use, you can't have an S and you can't have an if it's an uncountable noun. I hope that makes sense. I should give you homework. You should do homework. So let me ask a question. We've taken a look at so far 10 of these words, right? And a quick review. Some advice, not advices. I ate a piece of bread, not breads. I need some change for the laundromat. Equipment. I use a lot of equipment to bring you this English lesson. They had really good food at Jack's party. I need some fruit. I'm going to eat some fruit. Furniture. Let's go to IKEA and buy furniture that they make us build. Garbage. I hate to see garbage on the beach. Hardware. There's a hardware store in my neighborhood. And homework. I have some homework. I have lots of homework today. Yes, Umit, you do. Curd and cheese is... I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean by the word common noun. Do you mean it's commonly used? How can they be common? I don't know the phrase common noun. I'm not familiar with that phrase. Homepage is something always eaten by your dog. Oh, you mean homework, right? That's right. The teacher says, hey, where's your homework, Michael? And I go, oh, I did my homework, but my dog ate my homework. I guess in all cultures, that's the common excuse for not doing your homework. All right, so I promised you 20, but we don't have time to do the next 10. So why don't we take a break there? That is a lot of English. So here's what you need to do, okay? You need to take this list and take each of these words and use them in a sentence that's true for you. When I took that English lesson on YouTube, Michael gave us good advice. Michael's advice was to say bread and change as non-countable nouns. Okay? So, that's the thing about vocabulary. And, if you want to remember the vocabulary and remember this rule, because this is kind of grammar, kind of vocabulary, right? How do I remember that? Oh, food is not countable. So, the food my husband cooks is amazing, you could say. All right? So, good food. Good food. Sorry, I don't use WhatsApp. You don't have to ask me so many times. My God, I saw that. Yes, I'm sorry. I don't use WhatsApp. I don't use WhatsApp. Okay, so if you want to remember vocabulary or anything in English, okay. Mohammed, I don't use WhatsApp, and please don't ask me 7 times in the comments, okay? So, if you want to remember this or any vocabulary, what do you have to do? You write that in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, okay? And then you memorize your sentences, right? I love that restaurant because they make my favorite food, right? Or maybe that doesn't apply to you. You can say, oh, I don't have any equipment in my house, right? So a negative sentence is fine as well. It doesn't matter what kind of sentence you write, except the sentence has to be true for you so you can remember that. It makes sense. It makes sense. Please give me some advice. Right? Not advices. Or I haven't gotten any good advice in a long time until I came to Michael's lesson. So that's how you study this vocabulary. Cool. What kind of noun is card and cheese? Cheese. Cheese is not countable. And curd, bean curds. Several curds. Curds, cheeses, cheese. I believe that those two are not countable. Although curd, I'm not sure. Maybe curd is countable. There are several curds floating in the... Curd, C-U-R-D, is countable. Cheese is not countable. Hope that helps. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this live lesson. I appreciate that. A couple of things. If you want to get a copy of this document, all you have to do is go to myhappyenglish.com/YouTube. myhappyenglish.com/YouTube. You put in your name and your email address, and you can download that PDF for free. If you downloaded this already, I'm going to update it just because I wrote this little bit about advice. So I'll do that. Also, if you are following me on Hello Talk, this week's lessons are Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 9:45 New York time. Okay, so no class today. I did send an email out yesterday to everyone in this group. What else? Tomorrow, Diary of a Wimpy Kid on Clubhouse, another live class. So, close and close. Close is not countable. Close is a word that ends in es, but it is not countable. You have nice clothes. Thank you for the clothes. Okay, thank you for the clothes. Clothes. I like your clothes. I bought clothes yesterday. I bought a shirt. I bought jeans. I bought clothes. Toshi, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Proper noun. Tell me, what do you mean proper noun? Usually a proper noun is like the name of a person, a place, or a thing. That's a proper noun. So, yeah. But clothes is not countable. So that's an important point. All right, so next week at this time, that'll be the last live lesson of February, but certainly not the last live lesson. Next week we're going to continue this, and if we have time, we'll talk about nouns that are sometimes countable and sometimes not countable. I know, it's not easy. It's not easy, but keep this in mind. There are three things. The angle is bad today. There are three things that you can do in life that are from the analog time, from the 20th century. Okay? You can play a sport, learn a sport. You learn table tennis, you learn a sport. You can learn a musical instrument, learn to play the guitar, play the piano, and you can learn a foreign language. So learning another language, learning a musical instrument, and learning a sport are different activities than everything else that we do here in life. Because if you've got your phone, you want to, I need this information. Tick, tick. Thank you, Google. Thank you, Siri. Thank you, Alexa. And you can get information quickly and instantly. And because we have this technology now, and because we have fast food, instant food, quick information, because, everything we can get on demand. I want to watch that movie on demand, right? You get Netflix or Amazon Prime. Because we have that, our brains have been programmed to believe that we can get anything we want just like that. Quickly. No effort. But if you want to learn how to play table tennis, learn how to play the piano, or learn another language like English, there is no this. There's this. There's a lot of this. There's maybe one of these. Okay? It takes work. This takes work. This is not easy. I sometimes see on social media or on Instagram, people, English teachers, write, I will teach you how to be fluent in 30 days, or speak English in 3 months, or you can learn a language effortlessly. No, you can't. I'm sorry. This is hard work. My God, we looked at 10 words that you've got to study now. You've got to study these words and remember them, that they are not countable nouns. That's going to be work for you. That's not going to be easy. Okay? It's not easy, but it's not impossible. Okay? But you just have to think to yourself, okay, I have patience. And don't worry so much about the outcome. Will I be fluent in 6 months? Will I be like a native speaker with Michael's accent? Don't talk like me. Don't worry about that. Just study. Okay? And don't give up. Don't give up. because it takes time to get it, it takes time to learn it, and it takes time to feel comfortable with it. And so, it's just like the piano. Who in this room can go sit at a piano and go, "Oh, I will play Chopin today," if you've never played the piano before? Nobody. If I went into a room with Mie with a table tennis racket, she would be bored and I would be frustrated, because you can't do it in instantly. This is learning English, my friends, is not eating cup ramen. It doesn't take a minute. Okay? It takes time. It just takes time. And don't worry about how much time it is. Don't worry about that. That's not important. What you need to worry about is, I'm going to study these 10 words today, and I'm going to make them part of my vocabulary, and I'm never going to say homeworks or fruits or foods or breads again. Okay? That's the challenge. All right. Thank you so much. I hope that was good and helpful advice for you. Right. Enjoy the learning process. It's fun. Enjoy the process. That's important. Okay? That's important. So, if you keep working at it, you will improve. That's it. Okay? All right, so that's my advice that I try to always advise you with. All right, thank you so much for coming to today's lesson. Thank you to everyone who left a tip. I appreciate that. That's so sweet of you. I will see you next week at 7:30 New York time, back to the normal time. See you tomorrow on Clubhouse at the same time for the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, if you can. And see you on Hello Talk Tuesday. That's also tomorrow. Thursday and Friday this week. I will post that on social media. Thank you so much for hanging out today. You guys are awesome. I appreciate your comments. And thank you very much. See you. And again, like I said, hold on one second. Learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I am here to help you on your journey. All right. Thanks, everyone. See you. See you.